Usaha Profesor Madya Dr. Surada Muhammad, Ketua Pusat Simulasi Malaysia, untuk menyampaikan maklumat berkaitan prestasi output penyelidikan. Majlis dengan segala hormatnya dipersilakan.
Yang berusaha Puan Engku Razifah Engku Cik, Ketua Pustakawan USM, Dr. Rohayati Muhammad Isa, Bendahari USM, dan peserta-peserta simposium perpustakaan bersama Pusat Pengajian USM. So first of all, I'd like to thank you to organizer for inviting Malaysia Citation Centre to share some information with regards to the performance of Malaysian scholarly output. Yeah? So I'm going to share some of the data that have been extracted and analyzed from CIBER, and also data from Malaysia Citation Centre, which some of you might have seen the data and some may not. And as displayed on the screen, my presentation entitled Performance of Malaysian Scholarly Output. So the presentation will cover topics: scholarly output, scholarly impact, journals indexation. Okay, all this one disebut perkataan indexation. We thought that it is only library punya work, but it is more than that. And finally, Malaysia Scholarly Output and USM Scholarly Output. So kita bawakan juga USM Scholarly Output. So without further delay, let's start my presentation. Okay, we talk about scholars. All of us here are scholars. Okay, so when we are scholars, we create scientific knowledge, evaluate, and the most important thing, we share the knowledge with peers, public, and through various mediums. Yeah? So scholarly output are research outputs. So when we talk about scholarly output, it is one of research output, and activities represent the various output and activities created or executed by scholars, and one common output is in the form of scholarly publication. Okay, salah satu scholarly publication. And to contribute to the advancement of knowledge, scholarly output need to be published. So there's no point for you to conduct research, but there is no output being published. Okay? So a paper intended to inform the reader, and if your research does not generate papers, it might just have not have been done. Yeah, kalau tak ada from research to any papers that you produce, it's better tak payah buat research. This is not this is by this guy. Okay, so this is again finding from a research conducted by a leading content database. And if we look at the reason given by scholars why they publish, the highest reason is because they want to disseminate research result and new knowledge. Okay, and comparing the reason given in 2005 and 2010, the pattern is consistent. Majority of scholars publish because they want to disseminate knowledge. And to me, this is a very sacred reason. Okay, so kita yang nak memperkembangkan ilmu ni, and it's never about monetary gain. Prof Rahman kat sini, ada tak sesiapa researcher kita yang kaya raya because of publishing papers? None. Yeah, because it is proven. We publish because we want to disseminate knowledge. Okay. So this is Malaysia research output. Okay, 1996 to 2017. Okay, Malaysia has shown very strong growth in scholarly output in terms of publication, especially since 2007 onwards. Okay, so this is data from Scopus, yeah? But the issue here is how many people read it. Just now Dr. Musa mentioned, thesis dia berapa orang dia baca. Okay, you spend so much of your time, so much of resources, but nobody refer to your paper. Nobody cite your paper. So, where is the impact? Okay, how many people cite our work? And do this publication receive any attention? Orang tahu tak kita publish paper ni? So this is very important. Okay? And what is the impact of this publication? So ini yang kita nak bincangkan hari ini and see how we can move forward. Okay? So when we talk about scholarly impact, okay, RCUK defines research impact as the demonstrable contribution that excellent research makes to society and the economy. Tadi pun Dr. Musa mention about it. Dia kata, research you kena match dengan apa keperluan industri. Okay, so Bauman and Friends will state that the impact of a research is the degree to which it has been useful to other researchers. So, bila kita buat research, it is not for us to just not satisfy kita punya query. Apa yang kita nak tahu. But it is more than that. Okay? And the impact measure takes into account reputation for academic product and expresses the amount of attention. Itu yang kita nak. The amount of attention generated by the scholarly output. Boleh dengar kan? Okay? We have an issue. How to measure the impact? Again, I dengar tadi, sempat dengar Dr. Musa kata macam mana kita nak tengok impact ni. Okay, so this is also another issue here. Okay, and when we talk about scholarly impact, okay, scholarly impact can be measured through scientific impact, okay, quality of publication measured using the number of received citations, okay, kalau industry impact measured by counting the number of citations received from those publications published by R&D and the industries in international journals. Innovation impact, again, receive citation from a patent. Societal impact, number of attention received by the articles through social media. Okay, again, I nak quote ni pasal Dr. Musa sebut ni. After his PhD, dia duduk 2 tahun to come up with 2 books that can be boleh disampaikan kepada public. Okay? Why? Because our research paper, it is only us and also our peers that can understand it. Nobody else. But how can you ensure that the knowledge too can be disseminated to a bigger audience, which means the public? So if you look at the trend nowadays, okay, people not only come up with a research paper, but they are converting the research paper into what they call as plain language summary. Okay, and this plain language summary dihebatkan through the social media to get attention. Okay, because kita dekat kementerian, kita selalu terima soalan daripada parlimen, what is the impact? You have spent this million for research budget, but what? Where is the impact? Kita tahu, the research that we conduct, kita memang ada impact, but the layman, dia tak faham. Okay, now it is not just about nak bagi kita faham and also to solve the problem, but we have to make sure that the public also understand about our research and they feel the benefits of our research. Okay, and to measure the impact of scholarly work, tracking the scholarly output through publication data is required. Okay, this is one of the mechanisms that you can use to measure impact, besides then the ROI and so on. Okay, so through publication data is required. And in order to obtain publication data, the publication need to be indexed in a citation index databases. So bila kita kata citation index databases, it is not a normal index. Okay, It is an index that will track all the references that you use, and they are going to measure it from that. Okay? So, to start with scholarly outputs, which is our publication, it must be captured in citation index. That's only we will get publication data, and from the publication data, we can measure the impact. Okay? So, tak boleh je use publish je, you can measure the impact. It will not happen. Okay? You cannot measure the impact. Okay? So, you need to make sure that your publication went through all these processes. So, when we look at publication data, it will demonstrate publication activities, show willingness to share research findings, authorship and collaboration patterns, okay, show evidence of working with other authors with various areas of research and institutional affiliation, citations for publication, demonstrate knowledge transfer of research findings, citation patterns, grant acknowledgement, cross-disciplinary of research efforts, research trends, and finally public engagement. So we need to have this publication data so that we can see all these activities. But where to find this publication data? Okay, as I mentioned just now, we have to make sure that the publication is indexed in the citation databases. Okay, so when we talk about citation database, okay, we have one in Malaysia, satu saja kat Malaysia. Okay, which is MyCite. Okay, so MyCite will capture all Malaysian journal indexed by Malaysia Citation Center. Nanti I nak tunjukkan ya, dia ada tapisan dia. Because the first level submission to Malaysia Citation Center, it will be, we are going to index in a repository known as MyJournal. Okay, so USM Library, you can link your website with MyJournal, because we have more than 70,000 full text articles there. Okay, and from MyJournal, we are going to filter, the good one will go to MyCite. Okay, so beside the MyCite, this is the only in Malaysia. Okay, we have ASEAN Citation Index, so this is regional level. Anything that we have in MyCite, we are going to recommend to ASEAN Citation Index. So end of this month, we are going to Bangkok for this meeting, and we are going to bring another 25 titles of Malaysian journal. Okay, currently we have 100, we are going to bring another 25. Okay, and of course, you are very familiar with these two databases, which is Web of Science and also Scopus. Okay, so these two are citation database, citation index database. Yeah? Okay, what are the issues and challenges? Okay, there are 50 million articles, and the numbers are growing from time to time. However, 50% are never read. Kau tak baca. Okay, and 90% never cited. Okay, research has been done. If your article published in Q1, katakan Nature, how much did you pay to publish in Nature? Berapa from? 8 to 10,000. Q1. Murah tu. Ada sampai 12, 14, 15 ribu. Okay? But 30% of articles in Nature not been cited. So, can you ensure, you boleh guarantee ke you publish dalam Q1, Q2 that you get citation, you get the impact? It is not a guarantee. Because research dah dibuat, 30% at least, no citation. So you are paying 10,000 for what? So we cannot stop our role as author once our article accepted to be published. Nah, ada lagi satu step loh. Okay? So as a result, okay, great ideas created that could be driving innovation are just getting lost. Nobody aware about of its existence. Okay? thus making the publication visible, discoverable and accessible is crucial. So kita punya KPI tak boleh berhenti setakat KPI kita publish berapa-berapa. Okay, what is the impact? And to get impact, you need to do something. So I jadi researcher ni kan. Okay, why? Because we don't want to end up like this. Struggling scientists, this side my paper. Okay? Kita dah buat ni elok-elok ni. We know that it's very quality. We know that benefit to the public and all that. But who cares kalau dia tak visible? Okay? Why need to be visible? Disseminate new knowledge. Why? Because this is the reason why we publish. We want to disseminate new knowledge, increase impact and visibility of the research, establish researchers' reputation. This is also important. We want to establish ourselves in this discipline, be visible or vanish. Hilang 50 juta tu tak nampak kita punya yang 1-2 tu kat mana. Okay? So articles visibility, okay, will increase citation count, increase authors page index, increase journals impact factor, and finally increase performance of scholarly output of the nation or the institutions. Okay? While journals visibility, content being referred to and cited more frequently, so kita ada banyak journal pun no point if our journal is just at institutional level. For example, journal Tempawan. Those in education please mungkin tahu jurnal Tempawan. It is published by Maktab Perguruan Ilmu Khas. It is 38 years old journal. When we look at the content, it is a very good content, all research on education and so on. But duduk dekat situ Maktab Perguruan Ilmu Khas. So we are trying to help them to push the journal to another level. So kita nampak ada banyak masalah dari situ, dari segi conventional of publication lah. Datuk Rozihan mungkin tahu lebih lah pasal penerbitan jurnal ni. Okay? So increase brand familiarity that will lead to increase author submissions. Any editor-in-chief here? Ada? So kalau jurnal you tak ada reputation, you are struggling to get manuscript. Okay? So the higher number of submissions, the better the chance of what to be included in the journal, and it will raise the quality of the journal. Okay? So the more citation received, the more impact has the journal. Okay? Do you know that the highest number of impact factor formulation journal berapa? 0.8. Okay? And the highest number, the journal can go until 44.9, 50.9. So kita punya ni jauh nanti nak sampai kepada melepasi 1.0. Okay? So this is not something, this is the reality. Okay? So which brings us to the big question, who should be responsible for ensuring that the right readers are finding, reading and applying the research? Who should be responsible for maximizing visibility, research and impact of the research? Publishers, institutions, researchers. Okay? Tapi kalau kita tengok, tiga-tiga ni perlu memainkan peranan, especially the research. Okay, let's talk about journals indexation. Yang ramai orang kata senang nak pergi, why not ni, dia dah catat journey to scopus and so on, but ada reality that they have to bear also. Yeah? So of course, journals must increase their visibility, and in order to be known as authoritative source of scientific information and to stand out from among many other publications. And it can be achieved by getting the publication indexed by one or more leading database. Itu yang kita kata index dekat peringkat kebangsaan, then you go to regional, then go to the international level. Okay? Being indexed index in a known database will help increase journals readership and made it available to all users of the database, and being accessible in turn will improve journals' reputation as a reliable source of high quality information in a specific field, and indexation of a journal is considered a reflection of its quality and are considered to be of higher scientific quality compared to non-index journal. Okay, sebab tu semua orang nak hantar pada index journal and nobody want to send to non-index journal. Okay, how can you expect a new journal untuk dapat jadi index journal? As a researcher, we need to help this journal also. Of course, you can send to international journal, Q1, Q2 dan sebagainya, but at least help this new journal also. Okay, submit your articles to them. Okay, we talk about index. There are various types of index, but we are talking about citation index. Okay, citation index will indicate how many times a particular article has been cited by other articles within the index. Okay, so that is the difference of citation index compared to other index. Okay, so as I mentioned to you, we did not just capture the metadata, but we are going to track the citation of the articles. Means that kalau ada 50 references, 50 tu akan masuk dalam sistem. Okay, and as I mentioned to you, these are the 4: Malaysian, peringkat kebangsaan, peringkat regional, ASEAN Citation Index, dan peringkat antarabangsa. Antarabangsa ni ada banyak, tapi selalunya kita tengok yang dua ni lah. Kita ada juga ISC, okay, Islamic Science Citation pun ada juga tapi kita kurang sikit nak hantar jurnal kita ke sana. Why? Because we have to subscribe in order to access to the content. Okay. And one citation databases are selective. Kita hantar tak kena, hantar tak kena. Tanya Dato' Ruzan, berapa kali dia hantar untuk dapat masuk dulu. Dia dah tahu, daripada dulu memang susah nak masuk. It will appear that to be comprehensive, an index of the scholarly journal literature might be expected to cover all journals published. However, according to Bradford's law, okay, yang ni bagi dinikan by Eugene Garfield, a relatively small number of journals publish the majority of significant scholarly results. So sebab tu susah nak masukkan jurnal kita di peringkat antarabangsa. This is data from Elsevier. Okay, 2014, 62% of Malaysian journals submitted to Scopus were rejected due to ethical complaints. Okay, so kita pun risau because kita dah nampak ciri-ciri predatory journals dah mula menular ke Malaysia. Okay, this fake journal dah ada banyak kat situ. So for all researcher, be careful if you receive email request for your manuscript. Okay, so ada banyak fake journal dah mula timbul di Malaysia. Kalau dulu we receive everything that we send to us to be indexed in our database, my journal, but now kita kena tapis. For example, there's one Malaysian journal, blah 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 blah. Kita check ISSN Hong Kong, and the editorial chief ni semua orang Malaysia ni, all the prominent researcher. My question is, why you allow or why you want to be involved in this kind of activities, scholarly activities? Because it is a fake journal. Okay? And to make things worse, dia taruh kat situ index by my journal, my site and so on. Sedangkan tak ada dalam database kita. So we have sent warning letter to the editorial board. So Scopus kata, types of ethics complaint yang biasanya berlaku untuk jurnal-jurnal Malaysia is 1. Fabrication of data or cases. Okay. 2. Willful falsification of data. And 3. Plagiarism. So these 3 items are the highest reason why our journal be rejected. There's one journal submitted to Scopus, diterima embargo ever forever, just because issue of plagiarism. Okay, remarks by James Testa, 2017. Okay, he came to Pusat Citasi Malaysia. So this uncle, he mentioned that Malaysian journal do have the international publishing standard, but do not have impact in the global citation database. Macam mana nak dapat impact? Pasal kita punya tak masuk pun kat situ. Okay, so the advice, focus on the ethical practices, avoid excessive self-citation, citation stacking, and 3 predatory journal publishing practices. Okay. So, in order for you to get index, you have to choose the right database. Okay. Understand the selection process followed by the database chosen, and ensure journal processes are smooth and efficient. And even though your journals is already in Scopus, already in Web of Science, it will not remain there forever. Okay, pasal re-evaluation akan dibuat daripada masa ke semasa. There are also trends in Malaysia where your journal dah ada reputation, already indexed in Scopus and also Web of Science, but the institution using this journal to generate income. Ini tak boleh lah ya, Prof. Why? Because actually you nak tolong kawan-kawan to get published in high reputation journal, but actually you are killing the journal. Why? The impact factor akan affected. Okay, because the denominator akan turun. Because ada journal publish 2 kali setahun, dia punya special issue ada 8. More special issue compared to the issue yang sepatutnya. So you are not helping your friends, but you are killing your institutional journal. So this one pun nak kena hati-hati jugalah. Of course you can generate income, 25,000 per issue, okay, untuk special issue, but it will not help to improve the journal's effect. Any question? Okay, sir? Are you okay? Clear? Okay, so of course, the more indexing platform, the greater the opportunity for journals to build a solid reputation in the field. Okay, sikit introduction about Malaysia Citation Center. Have you heard about Malaysia Citation Center? Sedihnya. Okay, we have been established in 2011, one of division under Department of Higher Education, Ministry of Education. Okay, so kita 2011 baru kita establish. So we have 3 main products, which is My Journal, My Site, and also My JMS. My JMS is our journal management system. So our vision is to prevail as the excellent organization in upholding scholarly knowledge of Malaysia, and with mission empowering Malaysia's scholarly knowledge visibility towards the development of innovative ecosystem in improving the quality of education and institutional excellence. Okay, so kat bawah tu kita punya tagline, let's make the invisible visible. Very simple. Our mission is to make the Malaysian journal visible at global level. Okay, this is our 5 main objective: to empower and enrich the nation repository for scholarly publication, generate, analyze, disseminate analytical data on the nation's scholarly publication performance, enhance the visibility of the nation's scholarly publication through collaboration with regional and international indexing agencies, monitoring the performance of the nation's scholarly journals for inclusion in the international index database, and we also highlight the nation's excellent researchers and institutions based on the quality of their scholarly publication. So basically memang kita tengok publication sahaja. So we are going to have the event on the 25th October on Malaysia Research Star Award. Ikut data nanti ya. And yang lain, and kita dah nampak ada juga wakil-wakil daripada USM yang akan terima award. That is not award from kementerian, but award from third party, which is Claribet and also Elsevier. Okay, so this is our product, My Journal, which is our repository where we index all articles received from a journal. Okay, then we have My Site, where we are going to filter. The good one will go to My Site, and we have My JMS, which is Journal Management System. Okay, so this journal management system is to help our editor-chief yang tak ada Scholar One dan sebagainya to come and use our platform. Okay, but USM gunakan Scholar One kan. Okay. So this is the process, yeah. So all articles in Malaysia Scholarly Journal